Understanding the mysterious East, interpreting the timeless classics. Welcome to Mysterious East. Mysterious East, reading the classics of Chinese civilization. Today, we continue the story of Water Margin. In the previous chapter, we followed Wu Song's transformation. A man who once believed in law and justice gradually lost faith in both. Betrayed again and again, he abandoned the dream of living peacefully within the system. But Wu Song's story is only one part of a much larger tragedy. To understand the ending of Water Margin, we must look beyond individual heroes and examine the fate of Liangshan itself. We have already seen the corruption of the imperial court. Now we must examine the darkness that existed within Jianghu. One of the most famous examples is the notorious inn at Crossroads Slope. Its owner, Sun Erniang, is often remembered as a legendary heroine. But what was her business? Murder, robbery, human flesh sold as food. Her victims were not corrupt officials. Most were ordinary travelers. This is one of the most uncomfortable truths in Water Margin. The novel never portrays the common people as naturally virtuous. When order collapses, cruelty does not disappear. It spreads. A broken society creates new predators. Many people who fear being devoured eventually become devourers themselves. This is the darker side of Jianghu, and Xinayan never tries to hide it. As the story shifts from individual struggles to Liangshan as a collective force, another reality becomes clear. The violence of the outlaw world and the political ambitions of Songjiang are slowly merging together. By the time all 108 heroes had gathered, Liangshan had reached the height of its power. Imperial armies were defeated. Famous generals were humiliated. The banner of Liangshan seemed unstoppable. Yet beneath this apparent glory, a dangerous conflict was growing. Its name was amnesty. No issue divided Liangshan more deeply. Songjiang supported amnesty with all his heart. His reasoning was simple. Outlaws could not remain outlaws forever. If they received imperial recognition, they could restore their reputations, serve the country, and leave honorable names in history. It was the dream of a man who still believed that legitimacy came from the throne. But many heroes disagreed. Wu Song opposed amnesty. Li Kui opposed amnesty. Lu Jishin opposed amnesty, each for different reasons. Wu Song had already seen the corruption of the system with his own eyes. Too much blood stood between him and the government. Li Kui valued freedom more than titles. Lu Jishin had long since stopped caring about worldly success. To them, amnesty looked less like redemption and more like surrender. Yet Songjiang held authority over Liangshan. More importantly, he framed the debate through the language of loyalty and brotherhood. To oppose amnesty was to oppose the collective will. Gradually, resistance faded. The banner of rebellion was lowered. The outlaws became soldiers of the empire, and with that decision, the final tragedy began. What followed were years of relentless warfare, campaigns against Liao, campaigns against Tianhu, campaigns against Wang Qing. The heroes marched from battlefield to battlefield. Many suffered, many bled, but the brotherhood endured. Then came the campaign against Fang La. Everything changed. If the earlier chapters of Water Margin feel like legend, the Fang La campaign feels like a record of death. The irony was impossible to ignore. Liangshan itself had once been a rebel force. Now those same former rebels were being sent by the empire to destroy another rebellion. The court had discovered an effective strategy: use one force of chaos to eliminate another. The cost was devastating. Heroes who had survived countless dangers began disappearing one after another. Song Wan fell, Suo Chao fell, Deng Fei fell. The the brothers Zhe Jin and Zhe Bao met tragic ends. Names that once filled the story with life slowly became names carved into graves. Even the greatest warriors could not escape. Qin Ming died. Many of Liangshan's finest fighters followed. Every victory report concealed another funeral. Every success carried another loss. The further the campaign advanced, the more hollow victory became. Li Kui watched his brothers disappear one after another. Even the fearless Black Whirlwind could not escape grief. And among the survivors stood Wu Song. Yet survival itself came with a price. During the fighting, Wu Song suffered a terrible wound to his left arm. When he awoke and saw the ruined limb hanging from his body, he did not hesitate. He drew his blade. With a single strike, he severed the arm himself. That moment became one of the most unforgettable scenes in the entire novel. The cut removed more than flesh. It severed his final attachment to the life he once knew. The warrior remained alive, but something inside him had changed forever. As the campaign continued, the cost of Song Jiang's dream became impossible to ignore. The heroes had accepted amnesty. They had served the empire faithfully. They had shed blood for the court. Yet the ranks of Liangshan grew smaller with every battle. The brotherhood that once gathered beneath a single banner was slowly disappearing. And the survivors were beginning to understand a painful truth. The reward for loyalty might not be what they had imagined. To be continued